Friday, and we have a special treat for you guys here. Uh, Hanna alumni and the current college athletes, Sabian and Ariana Arceneaux. How are you guys doing this afternoon? Thank you for being here.
We're good. How are you?
Doing good, doing great.
We're doing good. We're doing good. Just like everybody else, trying to adjust and trying to keep busy and get back to a little bit of normalcy. How's that been for you guys? See, you guys are in the same place right now. Just how's it going? How have you guys been the last couple of months?
I'm trying to get used to I'm trying to get used to everything because we're used to going out, doing this, doing that, and just staying at home most of the time is kind of getting a little boring.
Yeah, I think it was kind of weird for me because I had a whole semester left of college and now I'm home. I didn't expect to be back so early, but
That was only the good part for me. Missing the last part of high school, besides the missing track, that's the only thing that I missed. But the school part.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. I was just like, we'll start with you, Sabian. I mean, your track season got cut short. I know you're in a couple of sports, but it was right in the middle of track season as it was getting going. Where did you compete in? I know you competed in the high jump, correct? And what else did you do?
Yeah, high jump and mile relay most of the time.
Okay, so yeah, so just before all this like went down, just what was the feel of the early part of the track season for you? How are things going?
Well, I started track season like late because of basketball, but then I only competed in three, and I got in three track meets, and I got top three in each one of them. So it was starting off good, and then it ended just like that. So, but I mean, at least I got to compete in my last meet. So.
Yeah, I was looking forward to a lot of the 32.6A track. I had been covering track for a while, and I was getting real excited to get back out there and see, so some of the sprinters and then the field events. 32.6, I really enjoy the competitiveness in that district when it comes to track. So it's unfortunate we weren't able to, get a full season and a full meet there. But let's switch gears to Ari. I know you, like many other college students, are having to adjust a little bit. Did you take online courses? I mean, I guess everybody did, but how did you finish up everything? I mean, just what was that like?
Transitioning to online was really hard. I would probably say, especially for like my major, I'm a nursing major. So like we have labs and stuff like that. So it was kind of hard for us to like, instead of going hands-on with like the cadavers like we usually do, like just to see a picture of it and like know what certain parts do. It was just kind of hard adjusting to that, but everything else was pretty smooth. Like the professors did their best to try to make it as smooth as possible.
Yeah, just taking stuff in. I guess it really varies to majors, but I assume, like you said, you're nursing, so that's a very hands-on kind of thing. So I'd imagine, what about taking in information and tests and stuff like that? How did that affect you?
It didn't really affect me too much. If anything, it kind of helped my grade go up. Like I had a lot more like time, like not being in softball and stuff and like having practices and all that and meetings. Like it gave me more time to like focus on the subject. So I think it was a positive thing.
Yeah, a little bit of give and take. So I know, Sabian, you recently signed. Are you guys still at the same college as you signed at? Ari, I know you were at Mount Mercy.
Mount Mercy, yes.
Yeah, and you were at College, right, Sabian?
Yes, sir.
So I mean, now that like that's in the same state, right? It's in Iowa.
Yes. His college is literally 5 minutes away from mine, like down the block. So
yeah. So how is that? Did that kind of play into why you chose there, Sabian, or is that just all coincidence? I mean, how did all that go down for you?
The coach texted me around the same time when I went to visit Ariana, so I was like, I can go look at the campus at around the same time. So it kind of fell in at the exact same time, and then they also had nursing program, and then so it all like fell in at the exact same place, and then yeah, it helped a lot that she was not that far away. So
yeah, so both nursing. How is that also a coincidence, or do you guys have some background in your family? I mean, just I mean, what I mean,
my mom is a nurse.
Okay.
And I guess like just watching her like every day and like what she did, and also like well, like a little background, Sabian like got in a car accident when, well, he got hit by a car when he was younger. So like seeing her like take care of him and stuff, and me also like being able to, you know, go hands on with him and like make sure he's all right. I think that kind of pushed me towards like wanting to be a nurse. So.
Mine, it was more like I kind of started liking when high school started. Both of my pathways, it was either with the nursing field or with engineering. So it kind of fell down to which one do I like more, or which one like, and it just fell into nursing. It was either nursing or engineering, and nursing is the one I picked. So.
Okay. So I mean, close proximity to each other, same field. I mean, that's got to go bode well for you, right, Sabian? Are you glad to have your sister there to kind of help you along a little bit?
Push me, yeah, that'll help a lot. Hopefully, that'll help a lot.
Yeah. So let's talk about sports a little bit. Ari, I know you mentioned that you didn't have to really do much of that this the back end of this semester, but first year, how's everything going? During the early parts, I guess.
During fall season, things went well. Got a lot of playing time and stuff. And then when it came to actual season, we were only 3 games in, and then I had to like literally Friday we found out we couldn't play, couldn't go back to school or sports or anything. And Saturday I flew back home. So like I didn't get any experience of like an actual like college season, I guess, but I got like a little practice season in the fall, so it was all right. The workouts were good. I don't know, it was cool. I liked it.
Yeah. How have you kept in shape? I mean, how have you still continued to train and do things during this back end of the semester?
Not gonna lie, at first I was slacking. I had a lot of homework, a lot of assignments I had to complete, and everyone was throwing assignments at us in like a short period of time because it was close to finals. So I did slack a little bit, but then I got right back to it and started working out again.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's a little tougher. I know some people that are in college, some friends, colleagues, and stuff that I guess the turnaround time is short. It's kind of like you were kind of separated Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes, Tuesday, Thursday. It seems like they've all kind of just been bunched together now, and then obviously they need time to grade. So how was that? Was the window shortened for assignments and things of that nature?
My professors were very like lenient and stuff when it came to the assignments. Like they would give us basically the whole week to complete everything. It's just a matter of how I handled the assignments. So I'm kind of a procrastinator, but I got everything done.
Aren't we all? Yeah. Sabian, how was BISD with handling everything? I know there's Zooms, there's a lot of different apps. I mean, also people sending workouts. Just how was that for you adjusting to that?
It became easier because most of the assignments, the teachers were also lenient about turning it in like as late as possible. They understand the circumstances, so if you turn something in late, they wouldn't really take off that much, or it just depends on what how their grading was. But most of the teachers were pretty lenient. It was pretty easy throughout the rest before graduation.
Did your track coaches stay on you a little bit, to keep busy?
Yeah, they were keeping in contact about like, oh, you better not stop doing this, stop doing that, stop working out, and they would text me and make sure I'm okay and all this. But yeah, they were in contact. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, so I know Coach Teran's your head coach. Who's your specific event coach? Is that Coach Lucio still?
But yeah, Coach Furman, Lucio.
Yeah. So I know he was busy with basketball. Just how did the whole program just kind of adjust? I mean, how was everybody? Have you guys, athletes and stuff, kept in touch? Have you guys met up to maybe work out here and there? I mean, just how have you guys kind of come together to try to figure something out?
Oh, when the parks open, we mostly would go play basketball. But yeah, we try to see who's available at this time because everyone's going through certain things and we don't know. So we just try to make group chats or see what's up, and I try to text the people who are coming up, like the underclassmen, and they try to text me, and everyone just tries to keep in contact. But we try to work around everyone's schedule.
Yeah. All right, well, that's good, man. I know I know it's probably easy to be like, well, my time's done there, but I mean, to
And
be able
yeah,
to kind of tend to some of those under guys, that's good on you, man. That's good on you. Um, all right, well, let's talk a little bit about what you guys did at Hanna. I know you guys were both multi-sport athletes. I think you each played 3 sports at least, right?
yes.
Yes,
At
yes,
least at one time. I know Ari, you played volleyball, softball, basketball, correct?
yes, sir.
Uh, yeah, I know. Just talk to me, especially the last couple of years. The Brownsville athletes and the talent. It seemed like, it's been. I mean, they've always been good, but it seems the last couple of years, things have gotten more competitive, especially
Mhm.
within the city, and more teams have started to compete with the RGV a lot more. I know you and softball, and particularly, I saw you guys kind of on an uptrend the last couple of years. Just to be a part of all that. Just what was it like for you during your 4 years?
Well, I moved to Brownsville my sophomore year.
Okay.
So, like, once I started seeing all the talent and stuff like that, I knew I had to like kind of, I already like knew I had the capabilities of keeping up with these girls, but it pushed me even harder, especially in softball because we have like the Harlingen Styles who go deep in playoffs or like the San Benitos all in our district. So like it's just a matter of staying competitive and like staying giving 110% like in everything. And I don't know, like it was good. Like the talent here is really good, and a lot of people are going out and getting scholarships. Like I think my year was the most amount of scholarships Hannah's ever gotten.
Hmm.
So I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a really banner year for you guys. Your final year. I mean, there was you guys, and I know football had that deep run, so it just seemed like everything was like it was a big year for Hannah there. And you mentioned the district, and I guess this question goes out to both of you guys. Playing in this district, I feel that every sport that you got some powerhouse teams somewhere. I know, for instance, you mentioned softball, but in basketball also you have Harlingen South, Los Fresnos, and in volleyball, the Riveras, Hanna's, Harlingen South, Los Fresnos. I mean, it just seems like putting through the ringer, and then I guess the same over there on the boys' side. I mean, just competing like that week in and week out with athletes like that. What is it? What did it mean for you guys?
It prepares you honestly because every week you can't take anyone lightly because they're gonna come with it, and if you underestimate someone, that's where you'll lose a game just like that. It could be a close one, could be a blowout. You have to come prepared.
Right. I just think it's crazy how like in every sport,
You
like
can't slack off.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can't slack off and you can't like really put like, oh, who's gonna win the district? Like it's really like anything can happen. Like it's crazy. Like I love it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, us as like the writers and the media, sometimes we get taken off guard. Teams come out of nowhere,
Yeah.
and and those are the real feel good stories. I know this past year, just with the Hanna girls basketball team, I know they made a playoff run. So it had been a while since that had happened. So that was really cool to see. So and then also with football a couple of years ago. Um, just overall, I mean, just talk to me about the coaches that have been around in the program. I mean, did you guys have any special relationships with those coaches? That were they that close, hands on teaching with you guys?
Honestly, all of them would push you for everything because they know, just like you said, preseason rankings don't mean anything. If we're ranked first, fourth, last, it doesn't matter because they want you to, because they know what could happen. Just like you said, like, and no matter what, you still have to bring it. You have to see how the season's gonna turn out.
I personally loved all my coaches. I think they were like incredible and they really like encouraged me to actually want to play the next level because I don't know, I wasn't like too sure, but like having them and like my parents behind me, like pushing me and stuff, like knowing what I'm capable of, but also still keeping that like joking mentality and like still having fun, like making sure fun came first and I didn't feel like a job. Like
Yeah,
they were a big aspect of that.
yeah, and then met a lot of those Hannah coaches. I'm around them quite a bit. Seems like a real close knit department. There's something I want to talk to you about, Sabian. I know you came into football this past year.
Yeah.
You know, coming off a really big season, what were some of those expectations like coming in through the year, playing with some of these kids? I know there was a lot of new faces. So the ups and downs of a really roller coaster football season. How was that for you?
Yeah, it was fun throughout the year. A lot of underclassmen, and then we lost a lot of seniors last year. So it was a young team, but everyone came prepared every game, and yeah, it was up and down season. But I mean, the coaches stayed with it, the players stayed with it. No one really gave up. So
Mhm.
yeah.
For sure. And Ari, I know you only got 3 games of softball in, but what's the speed like? How was your transition of the game? I know you only got a small taste of it, but from that small sampling size, what was the biggest difference for you?
Um, I think the biggest difference was how many changes are like my coach makes throughout the season. Like nobody's guaranteed like anything really. Like there'll be one game where, all right, we need you to go here and play this position, and you just have to be ready. And I don't know, I really like that. Like, and speed wise, I think it's like playing a playoff game every time you play. So I really like that, and like the pressure's on, and like a game could switch like that. Like there's rarely ever any run ruling or anything like that.
Yeah, run rules. It's we've all seen our share of those, I imagine.
Yeah.
So, and Sabian, how are you prepared to like, kind of transition into that kind of speed, the difference of the sports for you? I mean, just going over to college.
Hopefully the scheduling works out. I have to find out when practices are and how the workouts are going to go up there, but I'm prepared for whatever the coach wants, whatever he needs, and we'll just see when I get there. Just
what he's not prepared for is the cold, because it is freezing.
Yeah.
Freezing.
How did you transition to that? Like I mean, I've had people that go live up north, family of mine that I've known have grown up over here, and I asked them, I was like, how do you get used to the cold, and like how long did it take? And their answer is you just don't get used to it. Yeah.
So like everything was cool until we started transitioning into conditioning outside, and they said it was a warm day, and I was like, okay, like I'm thinking like 80s 90s. No, like a warm day for them is like 40 something degrees, 37 degrees. Wow. So we're out there like running and stuff like that, and you have to keep into consideration that the air up there, like it's way different than down here in Texas. So like it kind of took me a while to like get used to that, and my coach was just like basically laughing because he knew I was from Texas and like I wouldn't be used to it. So he was just waiting for me to like say something about it. Uh-huh. But yeah, like the cold you do not get used to at all. Like no. It was -7 when I came back to Texas. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, I'm not ready for that, but I'm ready for the indoor season.
How do you prepare for that? I expect you use one of those masks that kind of thins the air out for you. I mean, have you thought about that at all? Like how you would transition? Or
the only thing I think about is wearing tights under every day, gloves every day. No, I'm not ready for the cold.
Well, good. What kind of cold is it? I mean, is there like a lot of snow, or is it just one of those dry colds where it's just like?
There's so much snow. Like there'll be days where it's literally warm in the morning, and then once night hits, like your car is completely covered, and you have to shovel the driveway, get your scrape off the window and everything. Like it's insane. It's like Texas weather, but the cold version.
Gotcha. I don't know why that makes sense, but it does. Yeah, but I mean, it's gotta be exciting for you guys. It looks like you guys have a nice back and forth as siblings. How has that been for you guys? I guess when you guys growing up, were you guys always close? I mean, do you guys have a good relationship? Constantly, or what's like?
Yeah, we're always close. She's always just 1 year ahead of me, so the only off year has been when I'm a senior and she's a freshman in college, or when her first year of high school and when I was an 8th grader. But before that, every year we've been head to head and competing. We can't slack off because we know we're gonna come back and tease each other if we had a bad game, and it keeps you going.
I think we're really close, honestly. Like we joke around nonstop, and the only thing is we do butt heads a lot. But I mean that's normal. But yeah, other than that, we're pretty close.
During those years, like you were talking about, Sabian, do you guys have any withdrawals? Not having each other. I mean, was that? I mean,
you miss me.
I mean, you get used to it because sports just keep you busy. But I mean, you could tell like not going to her games or not seeing her play is kind of weird, kind of different. Watching Hanna play and like her not playing, and yeah, that's
I don't know. I try to like keep in touch, especially like with my parents and stuff. And my mom or my dad will usually FaceTime me so I could watch his games, or like if it's on Real Sports, I'll tune in and stuff when I'm not at practice. And yeah.
Oh, that's neat. Well, that's really cool. I didn't expect that. Really involved. I don't think me and my siblings are really like you guys. Nah, I'm joking. I love all my siblings. Nah, but I mean, how's that like for the family to have you guys? Are they excited to, kind of bittersweet? I mean, you guys will both be out of the house, but
I feel like they're excited, but I feel like they'll have to get used to not going there every game, every Hanna game, traveling. They just have to stay put for a while until my little brother grows up.
It's crazy because like you have to put into consideration that they've been going to back and forth between us. Like sometimes one parent will go to my game, one parent will go to Sabian's game, like for years now. And now
they just have to stop just like that. They have to start going to my cousin's game or something.
At least down here. And then when they can, I mean, go up to Iowa and see us play. But yeah.
They're gonna have to pick up a hobby or something to there's a lot of time. I mean, you guys 3 sports in a year to 2 to 3, I mean, for 2 kids
all year.
That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time. So I mean, I'd imagine it's gonna be a lot of time they're gonna have to fill, but I'm sure they'll be fine. But I mean, with you guys being so athletic, I mean, was your family, do you have a background of that also? Just athletes, your parents and stuff. Just what?
My dad's back here pointing at himself. Yes, my dad was a track athlete. He went to UL.
Okay.
It's in Louisiana. He was like one of the best 800-meter runners.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's a good race. It's a tough race. I've known a couple of kids who have gone to state and covered them, so I've covered that race at length. So congrats.
Yeah. Couldn't be me.
Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, well, this has been fun, but let's end here. Let's kind of give do you have any words for some of the kids that are following your footsteps on the heels? I like to kind of ask kids that go off and are successful and have a chance to play at the next level. What would be your advice to some of the kids following you guys or trying to aspire to be where you guys are at?
Just keep working out, keep pushing throughout, especially times like this where you don't really have the coaches like on you, but just try to push yourself throughout like times like this when you're home alone, and don't stop working out and don't stop grinding, I guess.
My advice would be, if you have the opportunity to go play somewhere, like do it, take it, and like I know it's tough because like I miss home and everything, I miss my family and stuff like that, but it's also a great experience, and like just don't give up on it if you do have the chance to play. And if you're trying to get to a place where like you get offers and stuff like that, like just keep working hard at it and always make sure that you love what you're doing, because if you don't, then there's no point in playing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you said that. I know some kids, maybe they don't see the school that they want, first of all, but hey, it's not where you land. First of all, you can always transfer out, maybe put stuff on a reel, highlights and stuff. So that's good advice. I'm glad you said that. I know some kids might sign somewhere and not really be happy or whatever, but they just got to keep working. So I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad more athletes like you guys are going on to the next level, especially in this area. So that's great, guys. It's been a treat. You guys are awesome. I enjoyed covering you guys at Hanna the last few years, but thank you for being with us. I appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you for having us.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
my dad said thank you too.
Yeah, tell him I said hi. But yeah, just want to thank everybody for joining us here for to put an end to another week of the Sideline Sit Down. Next week we'll be coming at it again, 3 shows, 3 times, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 1, 3, and 5 p.m. Follow us on all your social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. You can find all these videos and more. So thank you everybody for joining us. I want to thank the Arceneaux siblings for being here once again. You guys have a great day.
You too.